Yes. And I always hear people like Les Brown saying that it was easy for him to become a millionaire in dollars, starting any money in dollars, but it was very difficult for him to believe that he is the one that can make that money. Okay. And then again, what it takes, the attitude and the character it takes to succeed. Trust me, it is actually the foundation. That is the foundation for success. I've seen a lot of people, they rush out there with a poor attitude and with a poor character. They end up being beaten, left, right, and right by life. I always tell people, whatever challenge you're facing today, whatever obstacle you're facing today, people are facing the same obstacle and they're actually conquering. They are conquering. What's the difference? Personality. So I really told myself, I'm going to, even if it is only in the millionaire school, that you will have to, get trained on the character and then the attitude to achieve great success, then I'm going to do it. 1 hour is enough for me to impact your life for good. So we are going to be listening to a training that I really adore this training. I really thank God for this training. It was done by Miles Moron and Liz Brown. So I want us to get our Millionaire School notebooks right now and then write down. It's on goals and time. Okay, there are some spiritual inclination, but please just try to get the lessons from there. All right, so let's listen.
To speak to you for a few minutes on redeeming time. We are about to lose a year.
Okay.
It's finished. It's gone. And I want to leave a few thoughts with you to go forward. I want to focus on the 10 keys to maximizing and redeeming time. Please write this statement down. It may be a good place to start. That is the only thing that we are given that is common to everyone is time. All of us are different heights, different weights, different colors of pigmentation, different economic strata, different ethnic backgrounds. We are from different cultures, but one thing we all have in common, that's time. Why is that so important? Because what you are and what you become depends on how you use your time. The billionaire and the beggar both have 24 hours every day. Measure life in terms of time. The old and the young, black and the white, are all given the same amount of time every day. Time cannot be stopped. You cannot stop a day. You cannot stop an hour. They have no respect for you. But you can control how it will be used. Which means that even though time is unstoppable, it is controllable. And what you do with it determines who you become. Can you honestly say to yourself that you used time effectively? One of the things that we know about life is that it is always changing. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. Sometimes you're happy, and sometimes you're sad. Now that's that thing called life. And when we begin to understand and know that, accepting that reality, that we will never ever have things just on an even keel all the time, that you're going to have some ups and you're going to have some downs. But during those down moments, that's where the growth takes place. That's where the work is. Yeah. Anybody can feel good when they have their health, their bills are paid, they have happy relationships, the children are acting normal, business is successful. Anybody can be positive then. Anybody can have faith under those kinds of circumstances. See, but the real challenge of growth, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, comes when you get knocked down. Adversity introduces a man to himself or a woman. How you handle it, that's where the growth takes place. I think about time a lot because time is life. And every time a year passes, you are basically measuring time. A year is the passing of time in our cultures. A new year is an opportunity to refine your purpose. Secondly, a new year is an opportunity to redefine your life's vision, to see if you are still on course or if you need to adjust. Thirdly, a new year is an opportunity to reestablish worthwhile goals. And I use the term worthwhile because some of our goals may not be worth pursuing anymore. And fourthly, a new year is an opportunity for you to bury the past and move into a new future. In other words, time is a blessing or a curse, depending on how you manage it. Time is life. What have you become is totally dependent on how you use time. I was going through a major challenge in my life that was wearing me out, that was using me. And one of my students told me in a class that I was teaching, Lessons in Truth, she said, Les, until you handle it with grace, it will stay in your face. And it stayed there a long time. Are you going through it or are you growing through it? Because it's not going to leave you until you grow through it. Are you learning anything or are you doing it over and over and over again? Insanity is doing the same thing in the same way, expecting a different outcome. I thank God for time. Time is a relief. Time is good news. Look at Genesis 1:14. It tells you when God created time. It says, and God said, let there be lights in the expanse of the sky to separate the day from the night, and let them serve as signs to mark what? Seasons and days and years. What's the purpose for time? First of all, time was given to us to take us out of eternity. Secondly, time was given us to protect us from forever. If you had a pain in your back in eternity, it would be an eternal pain. Thank God for time. Time has a beginning and an end. Time was given to us to measure the purpose of our life, why we live. I thank God for time. But time has some limitations. God said, look, when I gave you birth, I hired you to do something, and I got a certain period for you to do it in, and you can't exceed that. Time is determined. I like this one, Psalm 90, verse 12, read. So teach us to number our days, that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom. In other words, let me know how long and how much I have to do so I could use my days effectively. Ecclesiastes 8, verse 6. For there is a proper time and a procedure for every matter under heaven. In other words, there's a proper way and time to do everything. Whatever you've been through, you can now say it was last year. Tell your neighbor, I was broke last year.
I was broke last year.
The next thing that is important is that expect things to get better for you, because they are. See, life is cyclic. You're not, whatever experience you're having right now, it has not come to stay. It has come to pass. Not to stay, just to pass. It's just going through. The biggest challenge is to know what's happening. This is a part of this thing we call life. This too shall pass. And maintaining perspective, putting it in perspective. How do we get stuck? A friend of mine working on a job, loved the company very much, expected to retire there. And one day they called him in the office, asked him for his badge and identification, told him he was fired and he had to leave then. He was devastated. And if you came anywhere near him, he will tell you his story. As we all have stories. Even when he got a job, he went on the job telling anybody who would listen how they fired him unjustly. And he always ended with, it wasn't fair. Life isn't fair. It's not fair that birds eat worms, and they do. In other words, whatever happened in the past separates you from the future.
Exactly.
That's how good time is. I used to be sick. That was yesterday. Health is on the way. Time separates your past from your present and your future, because time protects us from living in a permanent condition. You won't be a divorcee all your life. Time will prove that. You won't hurt with grief all your life. You won't be sitting around because that man didn't marry you. Where there's a will, there's a way. There's another man on the way with a fantastic life. with plenty more money than the one you were trying to get. Time will sort this out. You know, when you go into a service station to get gas, you don't go in there and just start pumping. When you push the lever up, it clears the previous bill. By the same token, if you want to begin to move, you got to clear your mind of all the unnecessary luggage and baggage that's weighing us down. All of us have experienced some tragedy, and if we haven't, we will. Sometimes your life will be in a slump, and you can either let it destroy your life or you can build upon it. I'm not going to let this destroy. You can permit it to let it hold you down, or you can decide, I'm not going to let that happen to me. I'm bigger than this. I don't care how good you are. I don't care how talented you are. I don't care how much you work on yourself. There are some times when things aren't going to go right. There are times when anything that can happen will happen. Make a declaration to yourself. Declare all out war that you're going to get out of this rut. I suggest to you that if you are facing a challenge, don't stop. Stay busy. Work your plan. Continue to do those things that you know that work for you after you have evaluated yourself in the situation. Sometimes you have to back up and go within and pray and meditate and recharge your batteries. Go away, clear your head, and then come back and look at it from a different vantage point. Nothing is permanent in time. Make a note of this one, please, and this is very important. Time is the only commodity on earth given equally to every human being. We don't possess the same amount of money. We possess the same amount of time. So the key to life is what you become in life is determined by how you use the time you have, and that's why we use terms like spending time. Spending time. Time is a currency. Every human has the same amount every day, and time, like currency, must be spent. Time is used to buy life. So whatever you are, you spend your time buying it. Even if you're broke, you use your time to become broke. Wow. Time determines everything. If your marriage is under stress, it's because you haven't used your time in your marriage properly. Time is so powerful that whatever you invest your time in, you become. You got one new year about to start.
Whatever you invest your time, you become.
What you going to do with the next 12 months? What are you going to look like? What are you going to have or not have? There are some people in your life you need to drop. In other words, time gives you time to change relationships. I put it to you, friends, that you can actually treat time just like money. Write this down. You can have time stolen. How many of you sat with people for 2 hours? When you was finished, you wasn't sure what happened. I mean, 2 hours of your life gone, and they talked to you, and you gained nothing. The older I get, the less time I have to just listen to talk. I don't know about you, but you ain't old enough yet. There's a certain period in your life where you realize, I ain't got time for this. People just kind of wonder in your life, let's talk. Talk about what? Next thing is that you've got to activate the thinker in you. Don't stop. Don't allow your emotions to control you. We are emotional, but you want to begin to discipline your emotions. Your mind goes on automatic. You know, weeds don't have to have any encouragement to grow. You don't have to water them. They don't have to get sunshine. They don't have to have fertile ground. They will grow through the cracks of a sidewalk. But if you want to grow orchids or roses or any kind of exotic flowers, there are special processes and procedures you must go through. Well, by the same token, you don't have to force yourself or motivate yourself to think negatively, to be depressed, to hate somebody, to want revenge, to want to get back at somebody, to beat yourself up over the head, to feel loaded with guilt. You don't have to make any effort to do that. Your mind is on automatic. It will do that by itself. But if you want to begin to move into your own personal greatness, if you want to begin to really enjoy a happy, successful, healthy life, you've got to be willing to go against the tide. You've got to be willing to harness your will and say, in spite of this, I'm in control here. You have got to make a declaration that this is what you stand for. You're standing up for your dreams. You're standing up for peace of mind. You're standing up for health. You want it. And you're going to go all out to have it. It's not going to be easy. You've got to make those kind of declarations to yourself. I'm unstoppable. This will not get me down. The challenges of life. Write this down. Time can be what? Abused. Time can also be lost. You can lose it, just like money. Time can be squandered, just like money. You can spend an entire day. Have you ever said this? I don't know where the day gone. Why? You squandered it. It didn't take you closer to your goals, didn't take you closer to your vision, didn't accomplish the things you wanted, and you spent it and squandered it on stuff that didn't count. Time is more important than money. That's why the businessman say time is
money.
Money. Can I put it another way? Write this down. Time can be depreciated just like money. Time can also be devalued. Every hour is important. My question is, what are you spending it on? You can reduce the value of your life by who you spend your time with, where you spend your time all day. You can devalue your time. Can I suggest this? The time can also be revalued. You can actually increase the value of your time by choosing what you do with it. I learned years ago, if you broke and I broke, use bad company. You complain, I complain, and we just one big complaining party. Somebody got to get out of here. You ain't going nowhere, I ain't going nowhere, we end up nowhere, I'm out of here. You can revalue your time by just adjusting your relationships. The books you read, I mean, I've seen people read them love novel books. A love novel book don't take you to your goals. You know, Sam kissed Susan, and they went for a cruise along the river. Listen, man, you broke. You need another book. You got to revalue your time. Change your library. Go dump some books when you go home tonight. Not one of my books is a waste of time because I use my time to produce those books, and they're valuable because I use my time to give my time value. People spend all kind of money on magazines, and you still got problems. Time. You can become a victim of time. Write this down, please. You can never stop time. Time doesn't adjust for you or nothing. You can never buy time. You can't buy it. You can never slow time down. You can never speed up time. Until death, you are stuck in time. You are victims. And therefore, all you have to do to make time your friend is to manage it.
Manage it.
Psalm 90 verse 10. The length of our days is 70 years. Then what? Or 80. If we have the strength, yet those span is but trouble and sorrow. For they quickly pass and we fly away. The average age of a human, God says, will be between 70 and 80. My father's here tonight. Boy, I tell you, I'm so jealous of my daddy. He's 89 years old. He's ready to run a marathon. He says, you have about 70 years, good years, he says. What are you going to do with that? So when you begin to look at your past, give an interpretation that empowers you. That's where I used to be. That's not where I am now. I'm growing. What do you do with time? Write this down. First of all, you can manage it. Secondly, you can use it. Thirdly, you can invest it. Fourthly, you can convert it. In other words, you can use time to develop and build and construct things. You can turn your life into value by the way you use your time. You can use time to fulfill your divine purpose. Time itself is given to you as a gift from God. And so Ephesians 5 says, wherefore, stay awake. I mean, the verse says, what? Wake up.
Wake up.
Why? Because you can live your whole life sleeping. Awake thou who sleepest, and arise from the dead. Even Christ himself wants to shine upon you. Verse 15. Look therefore carefully at how you walk, not as unwise, but as what? Wise. And then he says what? Redeem the time, because the days are full of evil. I was doing this with my life for the last 40 years, maximizing every minute of my life. I started when I was a teenager. When my friends were playing marbles, I was reading the Bible. When my friends were looking for a girlfriend, I was writing songs. So don't get jealous of me. I use my time differently. I am a product of how I use my time. How many times you read the Bible this year? Did you ever read the Bible this year? So do you know God's word? Your life is how you use your time. Look at the next verse. He says what? Therefore, be not foolish, but understand what the will of God is. And be not what? Drunken with wine, where there is riot, and be filled with the Holy Spirit, he says. Redeeming the time, using it properly, making sure that you invest it in a way that it benefits you. The word redeem, I want to leave with you tonight. Write the word deem down. The word deem actually means to own something. To redeem something means to own it again.
To redeem
so when the Bible says redeem time, it means you had some time that you messed up, you lost it, you threw it away. He said, now spend the next year making up for what you lost. That might mean you may just stay up a little later, cut off some friendships, shut down some clubs you were part of, change relationships with some of these organizations that ain't taking you nowhere, take an evening class. To redeem means that you can't have a normal life anymore. You lost some time you got to make up for. To redeem time means you got to work a little harder. To redeem time means that you got to actually be more focused and more disciplined. To redeem time means that you may need to throw off some things that were so nice and pleasurable to do some things that are important. To redeem time means to convert time now into value. To redeem time means to fulfill or pay an outstanding debt. When I saw that in Hebrew, it's amazing. To redeem means to pay the debt that you owe, not just to God, but to your life.
To your life.
If you wasted 5 years, you have a debt to yourself. You got to pay yourself back the time you lost. Can I put it this way? Ephesians 14 says what? That is why he said, wake up, O sleeper. Make the most of every opportunity. Ephesians 5 verse 15. Be careful then how you live, not as unwise, but as wise, making the most of what? Every opportunity. Because the days are full of distraction. Everybody trying to get your time. And half of them don't deserve it. I was like you, and I want to impress people. I want to give. I'm a lover. So I give to everybody. So I give to everybody who's poor, I give them. A guy come to me half drunk, he said, give me $1, I give him $1. A guy come to me smoking grass, he said, I need some food, I give him money. One day I read in the Bible says, give with discretion. Do you know what that means? That means you got to assess who's asking you for something, including your time. I want to see you. Why do you want to see me? And when we get together, what are we going to talk about? You'll be amazed. In my position, you'll be amazed how many people want to see me. And I got to be very careful. This is serious. People will abuse your time. See, a lot of people want to exempt themselves from taking responsibility. All they want to do is talk about the problem. Every time you see them, they'll tell you their story. You want to take responsibility for your life. Take full responsibility for your life. I got me here, I can get me out of this. I'm not going to be a volunteer victim. George Bernard Shaw said there are two kinds of people in life. He said those that make things happen and those that don't know what happened. Accept where you are and the responsibility that you're going to take yourself where you want to go. Write this down. To take ownership and control of your time. That's what it means to redeem time. To convert into opportunity to fulfill your purpose. That's how you redeem time. In other words, you design your days to create value in your life. And the way you control time is by planning. You got to plan your day, or your day will be planned by somebody else. Time, like all commodities, must be managed. Time must be protected. It must have a focus. It must have a purpose. It must have a vision. It must be measurable in results. I spent 2 hours with you. Now, can I measure how you gained and I gained? Or did we just blow the wind? What are you going to do with the next 12 months? I'm not talking about the 12 months you had. That's gone. You got one more time God's given you. In other words, time is putting worth on your energy. Understanding and knowing that we can move from where we are, that we can begin to design the kind of life that empowers us, that gives us happiness, that enable us to be on top of who we are, knowing that as we begin to explore new horizons and new vistas in life, that as we begin to focus on developing ourselves, as we begin to elevate ourselves and not to follow the crowd, activating the thinker in us and disciplining the emotional part of ourselves. It's not easy, but through practice and practice and practice, practice makes what? Absolutely not. Dismantle that belief system. Practice makes improvement.
Yeah, exactly.
You can always better your best. You can always go beyond anything that you have ever done. You never hit a state of perfection. And so all you're looking for are new breakthroughs through practice and practice. You'll get better and better. And there's still some things that will happen to you that will catch you on the blind side that you did not anticipate. Can you put this down? The 10 keys to redeeming time. This is what I want to end on. Here's how to redeem every day. Number one, document a plan. Put a plan for what you want to accomplish. Put it on paper. Number two, establish your priorities based on that plan. This is very important. Number three, pursue your passion only. Identify your passion and go after it, because so many people will distract you. You better stay with your passion. Not every invitation is a blessing. Not every opportunity is a blessing. Number four, protect your plans and your priorities. Everybody say it, protect. Listen to me. I know what I'm talking about.
Hey.
You will be attacked by so many opportunities. You got to protect your time and your priorities from other people's interests. Hey, man, I got an idea. Yeah, but that ain't my idea. And if I go after your idea, that can take me off course of my assignment. It's not a bad idea. It just ain't my idea. You got to protect your priorities. Number 5, read. Identify your value. In other words, identify what's valuable to you. If you don't do that, you're going to waste time. Number 6, make decisions based on your destiny. If you know where you want to go, then design your decisions accordingly, because everyone wants your time. Number 7, this is an important one, inventory your associations. I want you to spend the first day of this new year just making a list of all the people you associated with, all the organizations you associated with, all the places you associated with, and see how many of them is taking you to your vision. You'll be shocked who's wasting your time. Right. Number 8, review your investments. Question, what are you investing your time in? People spend hours watching television, hours watching LMN. I mean, I go to visit people, everybody got LMN on. This lady gets, and them movies, all they got is killing and stuff, you know, little robbing and little adultery here. And I'm sitting there going, you spend every day eating this stuff, consuming your time. Number 9, do not try to please everyone. If you want to redeem your time, stop trying to make everybody happy. You cannot make everybody happy. Half of the folks who smiling at you don't like you. Get over it. And the rest of them, they're only putting up with you. Humans will help you do nothing, and then they go on and do something without you. You have to redeem your time by reviewing who you're trying to please. There's some people you're trying to please who don't like you. I like what Jesus said. He said, I live to please my Father. I live to get the approval of my Father. Stop trying to get everybody's approval. Everyone will not like what you do. They don't even want to do what you do. You have to be very careful how you redeem that moment. And number 10, write it down. It's the big one. Forget the past.
Forget the past.
Pursue and design the future. Design it. Become an architect of life. This takes a little bit of exercise to do it. You know, you got to sit down and spend time. But you have to sit down and design your year. Otherwise, you'll live somebody else's year. They're going to give you their architectural drawings. Anything that happens should be in association with where you want to go in life. So part of beginning to get unstuck, you've got to decide that the behavior pattern that you have adopted doesn't work for you. You've got to change your strategies. And changing your strategy means reinventing your life. Recreating you. And you have the power to do that. You can decide that you're going to change, that you're not going to be a wimp. So as you're in the process of reinventing your life, write a description of the kind of person that you want to be. What are the things that you must overcome? What qualities about your personality you know that you're going to have to change because those particular characteristics are liabilities to you? What are your assets? What are your strong points? Go for walks. Do some things for you. Just go for a stroll so you can engage in some reflective thinking on life, on yourself. Listen to upbeat music, music that inspires you. I had a program for myself. I have books that I read that inspire me, tapes that I listen to that fire me up. Because you're going to have sometimes low moments when you won't want to get out of bed. At times you won't want to come out the house. Just want to stay there. It's called life. I leave you with this word, with my heart beating with great passion. You have been wasting enough time. See, a lot of us, because of our limited vision of ourselves, we begin to believe that there's no way out. It's over. Do something. Get back on track. Control your future by making a plan. Forget about what you didn't accomplish. Don't be your own depression. It's okay.
Don't be your own depression.
Last scripture, a verse you never saw before. John 7, verse 9. Let's read it together. Therefore, Jesus said, the right time for me has not yet come. But for you people, any time is right. He had a sense of time. And then he says what? The world cannot hate you, but it has hated me because I testify of what it does is evil. You go to the feast. Go ahead. He says, go to the party. I am not yet going up to this feast because for me, the right time has not yet come. There's some things you ain't supposed to do yet. And some folks want you to go and do it now. If you know God's will and you document God's vision for your life, it'll also control how you pace your life. I knew better. I put this at your feet, young man. I would have done better. Sir, young woman, mother, father, I beg you, single woman, single man, let this be the last year you waste. The devil's greatest weapon to a disciplined woman and man is distraction. He distracts you to do things that you ain't supposed to be doing, even though they're good. Matter of fact, the enemy of doing the right is doing a good thing. Not everything is good, it's right. Let us pray.
Oh my. Oh my. I plan playing this just for about 15 minutes and stopping it. Okay? So that wouldn't take our time, but I told myself this will be one of the best. And many of you would have noticed, someone like me, because of our platform is a national platform, I sometimes avoid some trainings that are highly religious, that have religious inclinations where they quote the Bible, but I wanted to give you this piece. I have a ton of this. I'm telling you, when I mean I have a ton of what we just listening to now. How many of you we are blessed? How many of you, if you are blessed? If you are blessed tremendously, let me see wave your hand. Let me see wave your hand. We want to spend today. We must spend 10 minutes. Everybody, just give me one that touched you. Just there are many things. In fact, in my iNote here, I kept jotting. I'm telling you, I kept jotting. You're going to share with me just one piece. Everybody here, I'm starting with Madam Meg. I don't want you to just explain. Just read out one line, the one that touched you most. Just one line that touched you most. Okay? Just one line that touched you most. And also for those of us here offline. So Madam Meg, I'm starting with you. Tell me, just read out one line that touched you most. Let's go. Madam Meg. After Madam Meg, Mr. Udwen, you are next. Madam Meg, please kindly unmute yourself, okay? Kindly unmute yourself quickly. When I call your name, you get ready. Hear me? I can hear you. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
What touches me most in this lecture we have just received is, what do you do with your time? Time is given to you by God as gift. Please use it well, carefully and passionately.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. Your life is a product of what you do with your time. Mr. Oduen, kindly unmute yourself and read me a line, followed by Mama Keinde. Mama Keinde, get ready. You are next after Mr. Oduen. All right, Mr. Oduen, unmute yourself, please. It's many of us have not really understood how to use Zoom. When I tell you unmute yourself, you look at your screen. There is a request for you to unmute yourself. Once you tap on it, you now means you've been unmuted. All right, Mr. Oduen, I can't hear you.
Yes. Have I unmuted myself? Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yes. Don't try to please everyone.
Simple. Don't try pleasing everybody. They are not seeing your goals and your vision and your goals and your dreams. You try to make everybody like you. You are wrong. There are some people that will never like you. Forget it. There is nothing you will do that they will like. I'm telling you, I've been among them before. Everything I do is wrong. Everything about me is wrong. They will never see anything good in me. There are people like that. Someone that don't believe in you, why are you trying to please the person? Somebody that don't believe in your visions, why are you trying to please the person? Somebody that does not believe in your dreams, where you are going in life. Somebody that will never see you succeeding. Why do you try pleasing them? Why do you try pleasing them? You can never please everybody. Mama Keinde, you are next, followed by Princess Akala. Mama, you are next. After Mama Keinde, go ahead, ma.
Time determines everything. Whatever you invest your time on is what you become.
Perfect. Time determines everything. It's what you invest your time in that you become. Your life today is a product of what you use your time in the past. You're watching television today, just know what you are programming your mind to have tomorrow. Whatever you spend most of your time doing is who you become. Very, very simple. Let me give you something here. I've met a lot of young people and they come to me and they tell me, please, I want to know where am I going in life? How can I know where I'm going to go in life, what I'm supposed to do in life? Let me tell you one of the things I usually do. Many times, whenever, sometimes we normally have workshops with some organizations I belong to. And one of the things I do is in those workshops, I have a lot of sections where people will have to just do what they like to do. And one of the things I do, we have CCTVs there. One of the things I do is to try and monitor to see what people do on their own, what they spend most of their life doing. Let me, it's actually, some of them is actually a church-based program. Okay, some of those programs are church-based. So you see some people, you know, they'll be listening to trainings, they'll be listening to preachings, and sometimes you see them talk like, there are some of them are called and say, come on, man, I don't know, but I think you're going to be a preacher. Some I tell them, you see some persons, every little time they are counseling, they are doing, listen to me. Some of them, there is just to chat. Listen, what you do with most of your time is a green light to who you are to become tomorrow. I'm telling you, it will really help you. It will, seriously, I grew up in a church environment, and then everybody was thinking, oh, this guy, oh, you're going to be a church pastor, you're going to be, because you know what? They see me in the church environment, oh, that's when we do hallelujah, praise the Lord, hallelujah, praise the Lord. But so I'm telling you, real time, that's what you're doing where people are, trust me, is not you. Check what you do when you are alone. Check what you do. Someone like me, I was so passionate about, I'm trying to share my life with us. I'm so passionate about why is it that in most churches they don't have money to do this and do that. So I was so passionate to make money to really give to church. That's me, but that's not what people see on the outside. What do you spend most of your life doing? Researching, working on. That is exactly who you will become. Don't let anyone deceive you. What you're doing with your time today. If you're whining away with your time watching social media, your life will be a mess. Go watch your screen time. How many hours do you spend on Facebook doing nothing? If you're working on Facebook, that's okay. If you're working with Facebook tool as a tool for your business, that's okay. Are you watching movies? What do you do with your time? Are you sleeping away your time? That's who you become. Thank you so much, Madam Kehinde. Princess Akala, read us a line that touched you most.
Forget the past and redo the past. Change your strategy by reinventing your life.
Powerful. Forget your past. Forget your past. Forget your past. You can reinvent your life by changing your strategy.
Yes.
Everything about time is this. Last year is last year. Some persons can spend time telling me what they've been through. What you've been through, you've been through. Forget it.
Yeah.
What you've been through, you've been through. Mr. Jeremiah Yakubu, get ready. Mr. Jeremiah Yakubu. What you've been through, you've been through. Stop complaining about the past. You can redeem your past by what you do today. You can reinvent yourself. You can become someone else. I'm telling you. Listen to me. I know many of you, if I should ask you right now, Engineer Nonso, are you an introvert? Mama Akara, do you think I'm an introvert or an extrovert? Be very sincere.
You're an extrovert.
You see that? You think I like talking. You think I like talking and communicating this way. I had to learn it. I had to reinvent myself. Mama, you can stay in the same place with me for 1 full week and not hear me talk for 5 minutes. I'm telling you, really. I love to spend time on myself. I love to just be for myself, just be me, only me. I grew up as a very selfish person. About me. After all, am I hurting you? I'm not. See, a lot of people think that selfishness is about, collecting something that belongs to someone. No, it's about thinking only about yourself. Do you know that your smile? Do you know that you're talking? Do you know that there are people that come into a room and they say, here they are, and there are people that come to a room, they are looking for people to identify where they are. Who are you? You come into a room and you are waiting for people to come to you to greet you. You are selfish. You don't know that. Yes. So, Mama, let me tell you, my personality, people that are very close to me, those of you that are seeing me on Zoom, you think I'm an extrovert. I'm a core super introvert, melancholic introvert. Super. And I didn't like the kind of life I produced. I had to embark on the process, reinventing myself at the age of 17. At the age of 22, I became someone else. My mom, everybody of my family couldn't even believe me. They could not believe the kind of person I've become. They see me today, we're like, come on, we never saw you this way. That is what it can be. You can, that's what time can do for you. You can reinvent your life. You think I'm someone that is shy to the point that I'm even shy to myself. I'm telling you, I'm even shy to myself. So all of you telling me I can't do this one. Who told you what you cannot do? You can reinvent yourself. You can recreate that life. 5 years is gone. 10 years is gone. You can recreate the next 10 years of your life. You can recreate the next 20 years and 15 years of your life. You can. Thank you so much for that contribution. Mr. Jeremiah, go ahead with yours quickly. Just a line, followed by Mama Agnes.
We should protect our plans and our priorities.
Powerful. Protect your plans and your priorities, because people will interrupt you with yes. Everybody is looking for a piece of your time. Everybody is looking for a piece of your time. Protect your priorities. Protect your dreams. Protect your visions and your goals. Everybody is looking for a piece of your life. Be in charge. Be in charge. Thank you so much, Mr. Jeremiah Yakubu. Mama Agnes. Mama Agnes is yours, followed by Mr. Churchill.
I lost my papa.
Followed by Mr. Churchill. Mama Agnes, you are next, followed by Mr. Churchill. Mr. Churchill, if you are get unmuted first, please, all of you I'm calling out, be ready. Mr. Churchill, go ahead, okay?
All right, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Time is life. Time is a blessing or a curse, depending on how you use it.
Time is life. I always say it and sing it as a song. The life of a man is measured in time. And it can be a blessing or a curse to you. What you do with your time is what determines whether it's a blessing or a curse. Wow, such a great lesson today. Such a great lesson. Mr. Dennis, go ahead and unmute yourself. Madam Mary Usman, go ahead and unmute yourself. Whoever unmutes first. Mr. Dennis, go ahead. What did you learn? Quickly.
You design your day to create value for your life.
Design your day to add value to your life. Design your day. Design your day. Design your day. You are the one that have that responsibility. Readjust your priorities. Design your day. Don't sit down and be saying, I woke up this way. No. This is what I have today. Don't take things for the way they are. Forget about the past. Forget about what you've had in the past. Design your day such that it can bring much value to you and increase your value. Thank you so much. God bless you for that contribution. Madam Mary, go ahead and unmute yourself. Give to Lori. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Madam Mary, just a line. What did you learn?
Okay, I came in late, but the one that taught me most is forget the past mistakes, past failure, and move forward.
Perfect. Forget about the past. The past is past. Forget about the past. Madam Gift Olori, go ahead and unmute yourself. I'm also unmuting Anne Oninechi. Okay, Mama Agnes, you are up. Mama Agnes, go ahead. You are up.
Good morning, sir. Where I am, I cannot talk as such.
No wahala. Just read the line for us.
I'm not having my millionaire book. I'm inside the car.
Okay, Mama. All right. Thank you so much. Who again is up? Christian Akwara, Awaraka, and Oninechi. I'm trying to unmute all of you. Everybody must talk today. Elite Lily, go ahead and unmute yourself. Mr. Edward Tengi. Okay, Christian, I can have you unmuted. Go ahead. What did you learn?
Okay. Time is unstoppable, but it's controllable. So the way you spend your time will shape up your future. Yeah.
Powerful. You can't stop time. You can't pause time. Time is already going. Time is already going, but you can control what you do with the time. You can't stop time. You can't control time from flowing, but you can control what you do with the time. Thank you so much for that. Mr. Edward Tengi, go ahead and unmute yourself. Mr. Edward Tengi, unmute yourself quickly. Unmute yourself. Today is a beautiful day. Today is a beautiful day. Edward Tengi, go ahead and unmute yourself. Edward Tengi. Okay, you are up. Go ahead.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, class. My line this morning is the value. Yeah, my line this morning is the value of what you spend your time on determines whether your time appreciates or depreciates.
The
value of what you spend your time on determines whether your time appreciates.
Time can be appreciated and depreciated. Very simple. You can appreciate value in time. Your value can appreciate in time and can also depreciate in time. That's awesome. Can you see we are learning a lot from our contributions? Mr. David Itua, go ahead and make your own contribution. Mr. David Itua, followed by Mama Juliana.
I learned that you need to document a plan.
You need to document. That's one of the 10 steps. You must document. Sit down today and ask yourself, what is really taking my time from becoming who? You know, many of us will always have, there's a training, the game of life, playing the game of life. It's an audio book that was playing out today. And I want to say this, it was talking about the conscious, the superconscious, and then the subconscious. Listen to me. All of us listen to me today. We have flashes of a life of greatness and abundance coming. There are flashes. But guess what happens to us? We wake up in the morning and we say we want to be this. And all of a sudden, we see ourselves moving in opposite direction. Listen, if you want to take charge, you want to take back charge, you want to redeem your time, you must document what you do with your time. What is spending your time? I have my colleague here. I've shared that testimony area. She found out that doing Facebook takes her time. I watched her one of the days holding her phone, deleting Facebook from her phone. I was like, wow, there are very few people that I've seen that have done that. I'm telling you. Had her phone, I was watching, all of us, we are there in the office watching. She pressed Facebook and off everything, deleted everything. How many of you can do that? How many of you can, that thing that is sapping you of your time, getting you to while away your time? Is it chatting with friends? Can you just pause it? Some of you, is even affecting your work. You say you are working from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. How many hours do you truly invest? Or do you have other things that are actually taking away your mind? Come on. Come on. Thank you so much for that contribution. Mama Juliana, you are next. Go ahead, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. So, every aspect of the training is important to me, but since you say I should mention just one.
Just one.
So, time in the video, they said every year that passes, you are measuring time.
Oh.
Time is life. Time is so powerful. So what you spend your time on really matters. Time has a beginning and end. Time is given to us to measure ourselves.
Perfect. Let me throw more light on that. Would you know one thing in life is, I've seen a lot of people that think that hardship, will last forever. Hardship won't last forever. It will not last forever. It is very important for you to understand that. See, I love the way Les Brown puts it. You don't need to plant a wheat in a farm. You don't plant weeds in a farm. The same way your mind is, negative things will happen to you. But anytime you want to have a greater life, a better future, is an uphill journey.
Yes.
You need to mop up some energy. It's an uphill journey. And one beautiful thing about it is that bad times will never last forever. It will last forever.
Yes.
As long as you are working towards what? Having a better life. It will surely come to an end.
Yes.
One of the things that makes people stay in a wrong lane, on a having negative things happening to them all the time, having failures, cycles of failures and upon failures and upon failures and upon failure, is because they have not decided to have a better life. You can have a better life this year than you had last year. Thank you so much, Mama Juliana. Madam Anne Onyinyechi, go ahead. Mama Anne Onyinyechi, go ahead, please.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I was actually struggling with my network. I couldn't follow.
Go ahead now. We can hear you.
I said I was struggling with my network. I was not following.
Yeah. Wow. So sorry for that. Okay. So sorry for. Is there anyone here that haven't spoken? Okay. Elite Lily, go ahead and unmute yourself, please. Go ahead and unmute yourself. I guess that should be Miss Amarachi, because I know you're the one that answers Lily. Please kindly unmute yourself wherever you are. Wherever you are, kindly unmute yourself. All right. Mr. Ibrahim Abubakar, you've not spoken? Please kindly unmute yourself, Mr. Ibrahim Abubakar.
Good morning, sir.
Oh, so sorry, my brother. You have not spoken. All right, go ahead. What did you learn today? Just
Good morning, everybody.
Yes.
Yeah. The one that caught me most is pursue your passion only.
Simple. You wake up in the morning and then you be wondering, what's happening to you. See, I've seen people spending time. They spend their time living someone's life. They've not sat down to plan their lives. Spiritual, family, educational. Their life is just, wandering. No career goals. I'm telling you, you can sit down and tell yourself, you know what? I've done this in my family. Seriously, there are so many things we do in my family today. I was thinking, okay, how do I make everybody in my family to be bonded? And, I have to introduce things. They were my passions. I have to introduce things. There are certain traditions today. Once it's happening, my father, my mother, everybody in my family, my kids, everybody's involved. Why? Because that is what I wanted. It was never there. And since I started it, it has been all wonderful. I sit down and tell myself in my career, I'm getting my professional MBA certificate. I'm getting my PMP certificate. I'm getting this one. I'm getting that one. Pursue it. Pursue it. Pursue it. Maybe some of you've not even started school at all. You can have that dream. Don't just have your life drift left, right, and center. What is it that you want? Put your eyes on it. You will make it happen. You will make it happen. God bless you, Mr. Ibrahim Abubakar, and God bless you, all of you that made a contribution today. It's awesome. It's awesome. All right, I'm going to be sending the video across to us. I want you to play it over and over and over and over again, and also listen to people's contributions. It will bring you much value. Many of you don't know. What I usually do is this. Even though I play the video for us, I actually prefer listening to the videos through our Millionaire School recorded video. That's what I do. I prefer, because there are many things that we throw up, and maybe I didn't see it from that perspective. You actually listened and you brought much value to me today, and I want to say I'm very grateful. Thank you so much for listening. I'm very, very grateful. God bless you. All right, just to cap up the Millionaire School for today. This is just what I wanted to do today. I wanted to do this today, seriously. And I want to say this. Today is the last day for the first month, the first 30 days of our 90 days recruiting challenge. And I can tell you that it has been awesome. So far, Mama Princess Akala is the one leading the number. Now, she has single-handedly recruited 5. Yes, and she's the topmost. Mama Kehinde has done 4, followed by Mama Kehinde. She has done 4, and then the rest coming. But guess what? We still have to the end of today, okay, to know who will be the winner of the 30,000 naira. Madam Mary, the way you are laughing now, wow, you need this 30,000. The way you are laughing, you need this 30,000. Yeah, so far, Princess Akala is the one leading the game. She's the one leading this game. And I'm telling you, it's awesome. And I'm actually trying to revisit our 90 days challenge. I'm seriously trying to revisit it to see how I can make it for everybody. Maybe create a structure that I can say, okay, you know what? If you have 10 persons directly connected in a month, I give you 30,000, or I give you 25,000, something like that, so that it can also include the people that connected to the business just a few weeks ago. Okay, so I'm still trying to work it out. Of course, you have to do this from my pocket, so I have to make sure that the money comes in. Yes, exactly. Okay, I'm trying to see how I can fraction that out, but I know it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. I can decide a couple and say, you know what? Your first 30 days, each of you here can have 60,000 naira. Meaning, your first 30 days, you're able to connect 10, maybe 20,000. Second month again, second 30 days again, you did it, and that's 20,000. So anytime you connect directly 20 persons, 10 persons in a month, you are getting the 20,000, getting the 20,000, and it can be for everybody, not just for one person. How many of you think that is good? How many of you think that is good? Let me see with your hand. So even if it's 10 persons, you are getting. So it now means that you are now in competition with yourself. Someone is saying we can have the first, second, and third positions. Yes, maybe we can do that one at the end of today. Okay, but I'm really working it out. By end of today, I'm going to be telling us what it's going to look like. I want us to have everybody a winner. I don't even want to have first, second, and third from the next month, from the next batch. Everybody can be a winner. Connect me 10 persons in a month. Boom. Maybe you have 20,000. I can even give the 30,000. Can you imagine that? That's awesome. Once you're able to have 10 in 1 month, in 30 days, so anytime you start counting is your 30 days. You come into the business today, you can start counting your own 30 days. All right. But I don't want us to lose the touch of the 90 days challenge. It's very, very important. The 30 days recruiting 10 persons is very, very important. So at the end of today, we're going to look at if Mama Princess, if she's the one that finally gets to 10 today, she has everything all. I'm sorry, that's how we started it. She has it all. I'm sorry. Yes. Or maybe, come on, I love life of abundance. Maybe I can even add to what we have. Maybe I can have up to what we have. Anybody that has 10 persons in a month can have, maybe I can put it and say a person must get 15 or 20,000. But guess what? If you were the first person that gets 30, sorry, if you're the first person that gets 10 in that particular month, you have extra 30,000 added to you. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? That's awesome. That's what I'm going to do. We can't be coming down. We have to keep adding. All right. So be the first to get 10 persons in 30 days. Okay. You receive 30,000 naira. You receive 30,000 naira. All right. But we're going to add to it again. But within 30 days, once you are able to have your 10, even if you were not the first person, you're going to go home with maybe 15, 20,000 naira given to you. So someone that is the first gets the 20,000 and still gets the 30,000, that's 50,000. And anybody else that is able to have 10 goes home with what? 15 or 20,000. I'm going to structure it. Don't worry. I don't want to rush into it. But today, the first person, rather the person that will get 10, make it to 10, will have 30,000. Now, if we don't have anybody that hits up to 10, then in our millionaire school tomorrow, all of us can now decide, what do we do? Okay, maybe we can decide and say, okay, you know what? The first 3 persons, let's analyze the first 3 persons and then decide and know, okay, what do we appreciate them with? How do we share the 30,000 naira among them? Okay, the person that has the highest, maybe Mama Princess, maybe she has 5, maybe she's making it up to 8 today, or maybe Mama Kehinde is making her own up to maybe like, let's say 8 again or 7 or whatever. No, we can decide and say, okay, you know what? The first person can get, let's say 15,000, the second person gets 10,000, the third person gets 5,000. No, something like that. Okay, but if someone hits 10 today, by the end of today, the person gets it all. And that will be for today. And guess what? Mama Juliana is really, really firing me here. Mama Juliana says, my own 90 days starts counting from 23rd June. Oh, yes, Mama. It starts counting from 23rd June. Yes. That's because of what I'm going to be doing by tomorrow. So by tomorrow, once you come into the business, your 90 days challenge starts. Once you come into the business, your own 90 days challenge starts. And within 30 days, you have 10 persons, you're going to have what? Something given to you. Whether you are the first or the second or the third. So now it's a competition against yourself, not against anybody anymore. I think I'm loving this. 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 All right. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm going to work it out. I'm going to work it out and I'm going to get it back to Ross. Okay. I'm going to get it to Mama Juliana. Don't worry. Don't worry. Okay. Don't worry. Your 90 days, your 30 days is still counting. You won't miss out on anything. I'm not measuring you with them. All right. She's really firing me. All right. God bless you. I will send us the video for us to watch. Okay. And then wait for some instructions from me. Rising Star Mentors, don't forget our mentorship training, our mentorship program on Saturday, 8 a.m. The same time for Millionaire School. You're a Rising Star Mentor. You are to participate in that training. every Saturday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Okay, you are the only one that will have access to the meeting link. God bless you. Bye-bye.